Hey everybody, Frank from Velocity of Money, and I have a question for you. Who is the most cheated on guy in America? You're like, what does that have to do with mortgages and real estate? Think about this. Who is the most cheated on guy in America? It's Uncle Sam. Why? Because self-employed, 1099 employees don't show all their income. Now here's the problem. If I could count how many times I talk to a self-employed borrower, especially realtors or commission salespeople, and they're like, I can't get a house. Why not? Because I don't show any money. I'm like, okay, so it goes back to the old adage, guys. We can't cheat the government and then get a government loan. And after 2008, Fannie, Freddie, and FHA, right? Well, FHA was always owned by the government, but then Fannie and Freddie become government agencies, and prior to that, they were quasi-government agencies. So, we're here to help you become fundable. Now, there's a couple important components that I want everyone to understand. First of all, there's products out there called business bank statement loans, or P&L loans, or DSCR loans that you do not need tax returns. Example, bank statement loan, if you're self-employed for 2 years or more, and you show 12 months of deposits, we can use a certain number of your deposits as income. So right off the bat, your tax returns don't have to be amazing. We have other products. Now, those products, the interest rates are a little higher, the credit score requirements are a little higher. You know, it's not the best product, but it's a better product than not buying at all. A DSCR is for investors. If you put 20 or 25% down or more, if the property has cash flow, we can lend on it. No tax returns, no pay stubs. It's more like a commercial loan. Okay, so with that being said, we have products immediately to help you. Now let's go into tax returns. Oftentimes, self-employed borrowers remember what they grossed. Yeah, I made 200 grand last year. That's your gross. But maybe your net, because you don't know what your CPA did, might be 50 grand, 25 grand, 75 grand. So we go by the net number on our tax returns. Also, when you own real estate, many people don't know what the CPA wrote off. And there's this thing called depreciation, which I talked about in the Power 4. By using depreciation properly on our Schedule E, which is our real estate portion of our tax returns, we can write off 1/27th of the value of the property for 27 years. Example, a $400,000 or $500,000 property, we could write off $18,000 in depreciation, example. And that means the first $18,000 in cash flow or rent roll becomes tax-free if we use the depreciation properly. But a lot of times what happens is the CPA writes off losses and repairs, and then we have less income for that borrower. So let's get back to the 1099 person. A lot of times what I do, especially for realtors, is we back into numbers. What did you gross last year? 120,000. Okay. Well, let's look at what property you might be looking at. I'm looking at a $400,000 property. Great. And then I'll look at what their debt is now and say, you can afford $400,000 and your payment will be, XYZ. Or if they showed very little the year before, we tell them, hey, you need to be making 100 grand in order to afford the property you want to afford. And back to not cheating the government, right? You might pay $10,000 or $20,000 more in taxes to the IRS, which you should be doing anyway, because that's the right thing to do. And then it allows you to qualify. Really cool fun fact here. If you're self-employed for 5 years, right? 5 years, we can use the most recent 1-year tax return for a conventional loan. So what that means is, even if you showed $22,000 last year, and this year you made 100 grand net, if you're self-employed for 5 years, we can use that and not use the previous year. If it's an FHA loan with 3.5% down, then we need to take a 2-year average. So here's the answer, guys. We coach people all the time on the appropriate income that they need to show in order to qualify for mortgages. You don't want to spend your life, it's like having bad credit. You don't want to spend your life saying, well, I can't get a loan, and then be borrowing at 8, 9, 10%, or people who flip real estate want to borrow hard money at 11, 12, 13%, when really it's just a little bit of simple math on getting your tax returns in order to qualify for conventional loans, which historically have always been lower than some of these other non-QM products or hard money products. So the moral to this lesson today is there are products out there today. We can start you with a non-QM loan. We can get you in a house. You see it as a loan that maybe you use for a year. We get your tax returns in order. We then refinance you and give you a lower rate. If you're a real estate investor and you use a DSCR loan to buy the property, I could then show you how to file your tax returns properly to not go crazy and pay the IRS too much, but also we get to give back depreciation and underwriting, which makes you fundable for the next deal. So this is a topic I could spend hours and hours and hours, and in my coaching program, I spend lots of time with realtors, straight commission, self-employed. There's a lot of plumbers, electrician, people that write off a lot of their income and then stick their head in the sand because they feel like they can't get loans. You can get loans. It's a temporary problem we can help fix. So super excited. We'll hit you up with more data in the next one, but today's all about who the most cheated on guy in America is, and it's not fair to him, and it's also not fair to you. God bless everybody. Look forward to seeing you soon. I didn't stutter once.
Guys, he doesn't stutter.
No stutter.
Just like his brother. What did I do? Oh. So guys, welcome to the Velocity of Money. Here at the Velocity of Money, we're going to teach you about money and its velocity. Yeah, just step right in front of the camera. I was doing a spiel, Dad. I was doing a spiel.
Really?
So I'm Dan. I'm the editor here at the Velocity of Money. You can privately book me for events if you want. I make travel videos and stuff. And right now I work for the Velocity of Money to spread the knowledge of how to buy 3 pieces of real estate with less than 40 grand. Let's go, baby. Let's get after it. Let's go.